There's this universal question that kind of sits in the back of our minds. Where can we possibly turn for a true, unwavering sense of direction?
And the answer, right from this sacred text, is laid out right there at the very beginning. And these opening verses, they don't just give a list of rules, they actually paint a picture for us, describing the core qualities of the people who successfully find and then follow that guided path.
So, where does a journey like this even begin? Well, it's not with some grand action or some big outward display. It actually starts internally. The foundation, the absolute bedrock for a guided life, is built first and foremost right there in the heart, with a very specific kind of belief. The blueprint kicks off with this really fascinating concept, belief in the unseen, al-ghaib. This is the starting point, and it's so important because it requires a sense of humility, right? It's an admission that our human senses have limits. It's about acknowledging that reality is so much grander than what we can see, hear, or touch. It's that core conviction that there is a creator, a purpose, and a reality way beyond the purely material world. And then this belief expands. It connects to the whole idea of continuous guidance. So it's not about following just one message in a vacuum, but about trusting the entire chain of revelation that was sent to humanity throughout all of history. This really connects us to a timeless, universal truth that's been shared across generations. Okay, so let's see how this builds. Belief in the heart, that's the foundation. But it's not complete, not really, until it's actually expressed through our actions. This blueprint shows us that true faith has to be active. It can't just be passive. It has to show up in our day-to-day lives.
So the first pillar of action, prayer. But the verse uses a word, yukimun, which is so much more profound than just praying. It means to establish prayer. Think about that. It implies not just doing a ritual, but actually building a structure in your life around that connection, making sure it has quality, focus, and consistency, making it a permanent fixture, not just some fleeting act.
And the second pillar of action just perfectly balances the first. Immediately after mentioning our connection to the divine, the verse points to our connection with each other, with humanity. It says to spend out of what we have provided for them. And that language is so key because it emphasizes that everything we have is a trust. And the truest way to show gratitude is by sharing those blessings with other people.
Okay, so we have belief in the heart, and we have actions in our lives. What ties it all together? What's the glue that keeps a person on this path, especially when things get hard? Well, the answer lies in this incredibly powerful, anchoring mindset.
This right here is the crucial point. The verse wraps up its description of the guided with this one quality, a deep internal assurance of the life to come. And this isn't just wishful thinking or some vague hope. It's a profound certainty that actually shapes every single decision you make.
You know, the Arabic word used here is yuqinun, and it doesn't just mean to know or to believe. It's on a whole different level. It means to have a certainty that is so deep that it removes every last bit of doubt, and that conviction, that gives you the ultimate perspective. It reminds you that our lives have a purpose that stretches far, far beyond our short time here.
So when you put all of these pieces together, what do you get? You get more than just a checklist of good deeds. You get a holistic, interconnected, and absolutely timeless blueprint for how to live a life of purpose and clarity. And it's just as relevant today as it has ever been.
So here it is, all laid out, and you can really see how these qualities create this amazing reinforcing cycle. Belief in the unseen, that inspires us to connect through prayer. And that regular prayer reminds us of our blessings, which then encourages us to be generous. And giving to others helps us detach from just the material stuff, which in turn strengthens our certainty in what's to come. See? Each part fuels the others, creating this really stable, guided life.
But this isn't just some ancient wisdom to admire from a distance. It's a really practical guide for our own self-reflection. So the question to leave you with is a personal one. Looking at this blueprint, which one of these areas, your belief, your prayer, your generosity, or your certainty, which one can you focus on and strengthen, starting right now, today?